Good evening, good afternoon. I hope you guys are having a blessed day wherever in the world you are. It's Dr. Eric Naputi. I'm coming to you from my home office where I do most of my work. It's been a pretty amazing day. I'm going to give everybody a couple minutes to jump on. Give me a thumbs up if you can see me and hear me. I want to know where you guys are watching and tuning in from as well. I just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit tonight about just I just want everybody to know that everything's going to be okay. I know there's a lot of crazy stuff happening in the world right now. I know a lot of you are sick and tired of being sick and tired. I know the last couple of years has been an eye-opening process for many of you, realizing that no one's coming to save you. You have to save yourself. Your doctors aren't going to save you. Most of them aren't even equipped to do so. The system is set up rigged against you. Most people in life are really just in it for themselves, and that's okay. I just want you to know though that there's a reason and a season and a lifetime for all things that happen. And I'm preparing for tomorrow night's workshop. I'm doing a workshop tomorrow night on how to reset your body. I'm going to teach people how to reset themselves. Give me a thumbs up or yeah, that makes sense if this resonates with you. How many of you know people that just, man, they've got 5, 6, 7, 8 different health problems. They go to 3 or 4 different doctors. They're on 8, 9 different medications. They don't know what to do. They feel like they're in a vicious spinning cycle, out of control. They're overweight, they're fatigued, their hormones are gone, their libido's gone, their energy's gone. They look in the mirror and they don't recognize themselves anymore. Like, how many of you know people that are like that? And when you're in a situation like that, sometimes the best thing you can do is just push the reset button. Literally just resetting your metabolism, resetting your cellular health, resetting your detoxification pathways, resetting your mitochondria processes. Tomorrow night, Wednesday night, 6 p.m. Central Time, I'm going to be doing a webinar on that. And I'm going to be educating people, like, because this is what I do as a functional medicine doctor. People come see me from all over the world, especially whenever they can't figure out what's going on with them. And listen, there's nothing special about me versus anybody else other than I really do care. Like, I really do care. And when you really do care, you seek for knowledge, and then you look to apply wisdom. Wisdom is taking that knowledge and applying it to your life. And tomorrow you guys can follow that. Go to biolimitless.com/live. Biolimitless.com/live. Somebody type that in the chat as well. Biolimitless.com/live. But I just need you to know that you're not broken, you're not ruined. Like, the best truly is yet to come. There are great things that still are possible for all of us. And it's not that difficult to get sick people well, and it's not that difficult to keep healthy people healthy. For years I've been training doctors and trying to educate, lay people that aren't healthcare practitioners on what health really is, how to achieve health. And what I've been frustrated with is that I find a lot of people don't care as much as I feel that they should. Now I get that we all have our own lots in life, but like, I'm literally studying right now. We're looking at metabolic syndrome and diabetic issues, especially type 2 and type 3, can totally be reversed, but most people don't know how to do it. Chronic pain and chronic inflammation is not difficult to correct, but you got to know how to get to the root of it. I spent the whole day today. I did like 19 different radio interviews for Fox News about this new study that came out of UNLV that talks about how diabetes, if left unchecked, turns into type 3 diabetes, which is early onset Alzheimer's. And myself and my colleagues that practice functional medicine, root cause medicine, have been talking about type 3 diabetes and early onset Alzheimer's for almost 20 years now. And so now the science, the mainstream science, which is so slow and so antiquated, is trying to catch up with that. And I'm telling you, we already know how to reverse it. Getting the brain to rewire and refire is not difficult, but you can't fix these neurodegenerative issues without getting the sugars under control, without getting the diet under control. And I talk to people all day long, and they're like, well, I would do what you tell me to do because I really want to fix my whatever problem. but people get stuck in their routines. How many of y'all would agree that it's easier to change somebody's, religion than it is to change their diet? But I just need you to know that everything's going to be okay. Like, we have the opportunity to make changes, and you don't have to plug into a system that's broken. You can plug into your own self-care. That's what BioLimitless is all about. That's what I've shifted everything towards, is how do I educate and inspire and motivate we the people on how to take care of ourselves. Our system's broken. You're not. Let me say that again. Our system is broken. You're not. You can't tell me that you can't get better, because I see people from all over the world who've been told there's nothing else that can be done for them. And what those doctors should say is there's nothing else that I can do for you. But if we go back to the basics, if we make sure that your cells are working the best they can, that your mitochondria is firing, that your gut microbiome is balanced, that you're living your genetic lifestyle and your genes are expressing, we're supporting and protecting our DNA, and our nervous system is balanced and working like it's supposed to, and we understand the sympathetic and parasympathetic aspects of the brain, and we take action steps to daily improve our parasympathetic nervous system, which is our rest, relax, grow, and digest part of our body. We can break through these things. But if you're dealing with the standard allopathic model that is broken, that is not interested in reversing your problems, that's interested in managing your disease. Let me ask you a question. Would you rather have your diseases managed, or would you rather get to the root cause of a problem and try to reverse it? Yes, by changing your lifestyle. Yes, by taking supplements. By the way, if anyone has a problem with supplements, let me help you. In the world we live in today, if you are not supplementing with your vitamins, your minerals, your nutrients, there is no way under the sun that you could possibly be getting a fraction of the nutrients that the human body needs, the cells need on a regular basis to be healthy. And by the way, 22 years of being a physician, this is a professional observation, not a judgment. Almost every time when someone said to me, I don't want to take no vitamins, I'm going to get my supplements or my nutrients from my food supply. Well, let me tell you something. Usually those people have some type of disease process. They're usually morbidly obese. They're sick and tired of being sick and tired, but they're not willing to do anything about it because they're indoctrinated that the system that they've been trying to get help from so long hasn't helped them, that somehow, some way, they're miraculously going to find a treatment. And by the way, the next time someone says, well, Dr. Naputi, I like your vitamins, but they're not FDA approved. By the way, no vitamins are FDA approved. They're registered with the FDA. Most of the formula ingredients are generally recognized as safe, which is a GRAS term. So remember, every single drug that was ever pulled off the shelves for hurting people or killing people was originally first approved by the FDA. So most people don't think, but we need to change the way we think a little bit. How many of y'all would agree with me? Give me a thumbs up if you agree that we should probably think a little differently. Because if we think different, we get different results. I have a big poster of Einstein on my wall right here. And Einstein said a lot of great things. He said the definition of insanity is doing the same thing again and again and expecting a different result. I'm getting ready to do a workshop on hormones. And I'm not talking about how to improve testosterone or boost progesterone or any of those kinds of things. What I'm going to be sharing with people is how do you remove the toxins out of your body that are phytoestrogens, like plastics and heavy metals and glyphosates and et cetera, that are known endocrine disruptors. That stuff you put on your hands, that hand sanitizer stuff, that's an endocrine disruptor, that then you go and eat right afterwards, that's causing your weight gain. That's causing your estrogen to go high. That's causing your testosterone to drop. That's causing your progesterone to be out of whack. What if it wasn't as difficult as you think it is to get healthy? What if there were only a few simple steps? And that's what I've been doing as a functional medicine doctor, is I've gotten rid of all the external noise out there. And I'm not chasing the shiny things. I mean, listen, yes, we use peptides in our practices and in our BioLimitless products. Like, we've got some amazing peptide formulas, amazing peptides for the brain, amazing peptides for metabolic reset and metabolism and fat loss and all these things. But that's just part of the tool in your tool shed. Like, we have amazing probiotics. I mean, I believe this is the best probiotic on the planet. It's specifically formulated for people who live in industrialized civilizations, but I'm not a probiotic salesman. Like, what BioLimitless and what I'm all about is giving people a system and a process to follow. Let me ask you a question. How do you know what supplements you should take? Because the social media influencer told you to? I mean, think about that. If the reason why you're taking something is because the social media influencer told me to, that might not be the best answer. What if there was a way that we could test and not guess? And yes, I know that some tests are outside of your budget. That's your decision. So you don't do blood, you don't do genetics, you don't do stool, you're guessing, but there are educated guesses you can do. We've developed online what I call biolimitless self-care surveys that you can take to get a better idea of how to narrow like what you should eat, how you should sleep, what supplements you should have to really narrow that down. And it's taking the guesswork out of it. And I'm telling you, the future of all healthcare, the future of supplementation sales, the future of marketing is all going to be coming down to artificial intelligence, self-assessments, at-home testing from your computer, and all your data is going to be on your own app that you can share freely if you decide to do that. That's healthcare. That's what's coming down the pipe, and you have to be in control of it. No more gatekeepers like your insurance company that have gatekeeped us into sickness and disease. No more gatekeepers like the doctor's office and the hospitals. I mean, we still need those facilities for emergencies and certain situations. But what if you could help yourself? What if there was a simple way that you could learn how to reset your body's metabolism, reset your cellular function? What if there was a way that you could remove the clutter out of your body, remove the toxins? That's not difficult. I'm going to be talking about that later this week. In fact, Thursday and Friday of this week, we're launching a detox formula that the timing on this could not be any better. It's the 5th iteration of detox formula that I've created. It's the best formula so far. And yes, it does reduce microplastics, heavy metals, and it also gives the body the minerals it needs so that you don't have Herxheimer's from detox. It's probably one of the most perfectly made formulas, at least right now, until something better comes out that we find out and we make that, because I'm always about evolving to making sure that everything is the best that it can be for you. What if you could recharge your cells? What if your body's made up of hundreds of trillions of cells? That's all you are, is hundreds of trillions of cells. And every one of those cells has a charge to them. And if our charge goes down, our energy goes down, our production goes down, and then we start to get inflammation, symptoms, sickness, and disease. What if there was a way that we could turn those cells up chemically? What if there was a way that we could improve cellular vibration again and make that vibration reverse its aging? Because that's happening now. And it's all about understanding your genetic code, your gut microbiome, how to get the toxins out of your body, and how to use specific peptides and other amino acids to help recharge those cells and to detoxify the body and to push certain cycles like the Krebs cycles and all these other things in the body that helps our body take the food we eat and turn it to energy. There's a way to do that. There's a way to recharge your battery for your cells without giving you a bunch of stimulants, without giving you a bunch of caffeine, without giving you a bunch of jitters and shakes and problems, which helps you focus better, concentrate better, and have more energy. By the way, how many of you would be happier if you had more energy? How many of you would be more fulfilled and more satisfied if you had more energy? How many of you, if you had more energy to do the things that you wanted to do to improve your business, improve your health, improve your life, improve your relationships with your spouse, your loved ones, your children, your whatever? If you had more energy, you could do that. It's not difficult. People ask me all the time, Dr. Eric, how do you have so much energy all the time? I do practice what I preach, but I will tell you, truth be told, sometimes I give too much. I give a lot to the global community because it's what I do. It's one of the main reasons why I'm on this planet, is to serve people and to help you open up your eyes, take the blinders off so that you can understand what you're really up against. And you know what I really am? I'm really a teacher. Doctor is Latin for teacher. I love when I go to Japan, they call me sensei, right? It's because that's a term of professional endearment. When someone is a professional, when someone's a teacher, when someone's a high esteem, they call them a sensei, because we should be teaching people and not just telling them what supplements or drugs to take. I want to teach you. I mean, I get it. I get that human beings want it simple. And I'm going to do that for you. I'm going to spoon feed you and go, all right, take these supplements. All right, eat this food. All right, sleep this way. But at some point, I got to kick you out of the nest and you got to do it on your own. And some of you, that's hard to hear, but that's what you need to hear. My job is to teach you how to fish, not fish for you. And I'm going to give you the map, the keys in the car, all the tools you need, but you still got to drive it because it's your health. And I'm telling you, we can reset, we can remove, we can recharge, and then we can rebuild. We can rebuild the gut microbiome. We can rebuild our muscle stimuli back at almost any age. We now have technologies and understandings of how to really, with sniper rifle accuracy, get in and help an individual. And we can do those things. But you have to get knowledge. And the only way to get knowledge is to show up and to listen, to get on Zooms and social media platforms like this. Make sure you guys are following me on all of our social media platforms. We're on X, we're on Meta, we're on all the platforms. But when I go live, you can always come here and go to biolimitless.com/live. And we're going to be here and we're going to be educating you. And if you go and you click around, you look on our website, there's hundreds of educational videos on there already, almost every condition you could think of. And then once or twice a week, I go live and I jump on and I ask folks about, I do an AMA, ask me anything, like here's a great question. Let me show this one. This Liberty Medical says, does everybody need to take supplements? I'm going to tell you, I believe yes, because I'm going to tell you it's almost impossible. Now, unless you grow your own food, unless you take care of your own soil, you bring your own fluids in, how do you not supplement? Like, because we come in contact literally with hundreds of thousands of toxins every day, how are you not supplementing with things that remove those toxins from your body? It's hard to do that with foods. Concentrated foods, which are supplements, we can do that. And by the way, most of the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that are in food today are half, if not a third of what it used to be 10 years ago, let alone 50 years ago. So I believe that everybody does. And unfortunately, you're right. Most people, look, this is great. Like, and he's right. Unfortunately, most people truly do not care about their health. You and I are both on a soapbox, preaching about your diet every day to people. By the way, most people don't like the word diet because the first three words are die, right? But like, I'm showing people right now, I'm showing people right now how they can help their problems. Laura says, hey, how do people help with Hashimoto's thyroiditis and autoimmune gastritis? Laura, what if both of those went together? What if the thyroid, which by the way, the thyroid is a secondary organ, which means that it usually goes south if something else has a problem, like your intestines, like your adrenals, like your ovaries or your testes, like your liver, or your kidneys. You could have an injury to the thyroid. You could have a problem in the vertebra at C5 and C6 that control the thyroid. You could have deficiencies, not enough selenium, not enough iodine. Your body could be burning calcium as its thyroid fuel and not iodine. There are so many things. By the way, on our site, there's already videos of me going through thyroid programs. But it's not about your thyroid. It's not about your autoimmune issues. It's not about your heart disease. It's not about your fibromyalgia. It's about you. It's about you, the individual. It's about you and your cellular health, because abnormal cells are what's causing abnormal cellular function, which is thyroid function. Abnormal cell function is causing the autoimmune, which by the way, Hashimoto's is autoimmune, and then autoimmune gastritis. Is it because you're toxic? What would happen to you, Laura, if you, step one, reset your cells? What if you did a 45-day cleanse of your body, where during that 45 days, you were intermittent fasting, you gave your cells an opportunity to shift from a sugar burner to a fat burner? What if you gave your cells a chance to go through autophagy and kill off some of the bad cells and regenerate new ones? What if you got rid of inflammation systemically in your body over 45 days and reset your body essentially to, factory reset the best that it can? What if that was possible? And then what if after that we were able to remove those toxins, the microplastics, the heavy metals? How do you know those aren't triggers for your Hashimoto's? By the way, did you know that gluten is one of the biggest triggers for the thyroid? It competes with the thyroid proteins. And most people that have any type of thyroid issues or Graves' issues or whatever, Hashimoto's, they have a genetic imbalance called MTHFR. and they're allergic to certain B vitamins, and gluten is like kryptonite to them. What if that was the cause? What if all we need to do is reset your body? What if we needed to remove the toxins? What if we need to recharge your cells and then rebuild your microbiome and your cellular muscular function? What if that's all it took? What if we've been misled and well, how do I say this politely? What if we've been indoctrinated because we've been told that health is about looking good and feeling good, and only the doctors in the white coats can fix you. Which, by the way, let me give you a common sense message about that. Most people say, I only trust my medical doctor. I only go to the best doctors at this hospital. Let me tell you something. The number one cause of death in America is heart disease. 650,000 Americans every year. Number two leading cause of death in America is cancer. Some 500,000 Americans die from cancer a year. Third leading cause of death, 350,000 Americans die from what's called iatrogenic death. Death from medicine, death from properly prescribed drugs, death from accidents in hospitals and misprescriptions, all that stuff. What if you could take your own life and make it healthier? What if you knew what to do? Like here's a great question. Is it probably a really simple question? By the way, give me a thumbs up. Y'all can still see me and hear me. Let me know where you're watching from. And then type your questions in. I might answer them tonight. I'm definitely going to do some tomorrow though. So Virginia said, what's good for stomach acid? Well, what do you mean by that? Because stomach acid is an important thing to have. Did you know that the vast majority of people who have heartburn and acid reflux actually have something called hypochlorhydria? I think the statistic is 86%. I know it's over 80. The vast majority of people who have heartburn, indigestion, and reflux actually have a decreased production of stomach acid. And so if you want to help with heartburn, reflux, or GERD, you got to find the root of the problem. A lot of times it's mineral deficiencies. You know, people need organic sea salt. Organic sea salt helps the body make hydrochloric acid, HCl. A lot of times people need plant-based enzymes. Start taking plant-based enzymes with every meal, and those plant-based enzymes help you digest and break down your food. Acid helps trigger enzymes to break down food. Acid doesn't break down your food. And if that stomach acid isn't strong enough, that food sits in your stomach, it ferments, it bubbles up, and it comes out. That's a problem. It's a big problem. Okay. So there's a lot of things you can do for stomach acid. Did you know that fixing the gut microbiome, there's a formula that I use every day. It's called Master Microbiotics. It has a specific type of lactobacillus in it. And there's actually 6 different types of lactobacillus in here. One of the lactobacillus bacteria is responsible for helping the body make its own enzymes. What if the bacteria was off? You couldn't make the enzymes, and that caused the stomach acid issues. What if you didn't have enough minerals in your diet because you eat too much sugar, you don't have enough magnesium, and you don't do organic sea salt every day, 1/3 of a teaspoon like you should, and that's causing your problem? I'm just telling you, there's so many things that it could be. And what I don't want to do is tell you, here's what you should do. What I want to tell you is, here's why you have a problem. And I want to educate you so that you know what to do, because each one will teach one. Each one will teach one. Each person learns, you teach somebody else. So, you know, I folks from all over Illinois, Wisconsin, Indiana, Ohio, Michigan. I just jumped on here real quick tonight because tomorrow we're doing a big event, and I'm going to teach people how to reset their bodies. I'm going to spend about 45 minutes going over that, and then I'm going to answer your questions here. So tomorrow night I'll be on biolimitless.com/live at 6 p.m. Central. Set your timers. And then Thursday night, I'll be on at 7 o'clock. I'm going to be doing a detox launch. By the way, did you know that there are over 25 health conditions, medical conditions, that are happening in people's health negatively because they have toxins in their system? Microplastics. Microplastics are causing everything from dementia. There's a class action lawsuit right now going on with dementia and Ziploc bags. Heart attacks, brain issues, neurological problems with things like neuropathy and numbness and tingling in the extremities. People are having issues in their lungs and their organs because of plastics getting in them. The latest study shows that the average male has 8.2 milligrams of microplastics in their testicles. So it's lowering testosterone, lowering sperm count, lowering fertility. We have big problems. And the reality is that there are things that can be done. There are a lot of things that can be done. And it's not managing symptoms, it's treating the cause of a problem. And if you're interested in that, you want to go down a journey. If you're not, listen, here's what I don't want. I don't want a bunch of people that are all about flash and bling bling and ching ching and look how cool and look how, like, let's have a community where we can teach each other. Where we're here to learn, because there's a lot of noise out there in the world, and I just want people to have the opportunity. My goal in life is to give every man, woman, and child the opportunity to have expression of self-care. And BioLimitless is one of hopefully many distribution channels that'll be able to do that. But I don't know anyone else who's teaching and preaching what I'm talking about. And it's going to be an amazing ride. And I want you to join me with it. So make sure you guys like, follow, subscribe, share. I'm going to get out of here for the night tonight. I'm looking forward to being with you guys tomorrow night, Wednesday night, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, biolimits.com/live. And then Thursday, and then Friday, I'm going to be doing some events as well. So there's so many things that we can do together. So many things that we can learn from. Let me do one more, because this is Ann. Ann's put a post up here. She asked me several times to do this. She goes, doctors are pushing PPIs, so protein pump inhibitors for acid reflux and GERD. Ann says she refused to take them and went to a naturopath, helped immensely. Okay. Now, let me tell you something, Ann. Listen to this. Ann asked a question about osteoporosis diagnosis. Did you know that one of the medications that causes osteoporosis faster than any other medication out there are PPI, protein pump inhibitors? Because if you shut off your acid production in your stomach, you shut off your body's ability to absorb your minerals. The minerals are the basic fundamental building blocks of your body. And we need 92 essential nutrients. Most of those are minerals in our body every day to work like it's supposed to. If you take PPI, protein pump inhibitors, or antacids, or other types of medications to block acid, that can cause osteoporosis, plus a bunch of other problems. There's a lot that can be done to reverse osteoporosis. You have to, first of all, you have to get high doses of protein in your diet. Whatever your body weight is, let's say you're 150 pounds is ideal. You need 150 grams a day of protein. You should be taking an enzyme called protease. It's a plant-based multi-enzyme that grabs the calcium and pulls it into the cells. You should be taking a full-on multi-mineral complex, which, by the way, tomorrow I'm talking about Thursday I'm talking about a detox formula that I just launched. It's called Detox Pro Plus, and it has 84 of those essential minerals and nutrients in it. That will help you, but you also got to challenge the muscles and the bones. So if you're not doing weight-bearing exercises or doing resistance training, you can't build your muscles back at all. And last one, I got to go. This was too great. I couldn't not say it. So Michelle says, hey, I thought Big Pharma finally got you. Hadn't seen you in a long time. Welcome back. Well, how do I say this? I'm going to keep it PG-13, but no, they didn't catch me. Well, they tried. You guys know during COVID, I had over 11,000 patients that come through our practices positive for COVID, and nobody died. And instead of the government asking me how we did it, they sued me for $508 billion. After spending $5 million, actually $5.5 million. And the government literally trying to kill me, destroy my businesses. I lost $20 million in revenue that my family worked so hard for. And I'm the son of a pig farmer. I grew up dirt flow Poe. Everything I had in life, I've worked for. The last 5 years, I've been building everything back because of what the devil tried to steal and kill and destroy from me. And I won my suit. I've testified in front of Congress multiple times. And now we're truly working to make America and the world healthy again. So can't keep me down. Every David needs a Goliath, and I've had a few of them in my life. So listen, guys, I got to go. I appreciate you all more than you know. I hope you guys enjoyed spending some time with me. I want to spend more time with you guys. I want to help you. You guys can go to my website, by the way, if you have questions. If you have questions that you want me to answer, go on biolimitless.com. That's biolimitless.com. In the top, I think it's left-hand corner, click where it says ask. It'll reroute you to a site, and you can ask your questions for me, and I'll answer those live on the internet as well. So, all right, guys, I got to get going. Until we meet again, I'm Dr. Eric Nepute. God bless you. God bless America. God bless this beautiful, beautiful world, and stay smart out there.